Greetings, friends. Welcome to the Stoic Sparks channel, a place where we explore ancient philosophical concepts and their application in the modern world. Today we have a special topic, the power of indifference, or the power of indifference. But before the start of our video, subscribe to our channel and write a topic for the next video in the comments. Nice view. Indifference is not the suppression of emotions, but the mastery of them to achieve inner strength and calmness. And today, we have received useful tips on how to use this huge power in your life. The first piece of advice about separating the important from the unimportant is key in the context of the power of indifference. The main idea is to learn to distinguish what is worth paying attention to and what is better not to waste your energy and attention on. Often we spend a lot of time on small things that can distract from important moments in life. Separating the important from the unimportant helps us focus on what really matters to us. How is this done? Prioritization. Define your goals and values. This will help you understand what is important to you in the long run. Focusing on the essential, maintain awareness of what you are spending your time on. Not every situation deserves your answer or attention. Separation from details. Sometimes, details can obscure the overall picture. The ability to see the big picture helps to understand what exactly has the true meaning. Separation of emotions. Separating emotions from facts allows you to see situations more objectively, avoiding reactions based on feelings. Filtering information. In our information society, it is important to be able to filter incoming information so as not to get lost in the sea of news, opinions and events. Learning to distinguish between what is worth reacting to and what is not will help to maintain psychological health. Find peace of mind and focus on what is really important for your personal growth and well-being. The second advice about maintaining calm in any situation is of great importance in the context of the power of indifference. This is a skill that helps to maintain emotional stability and mental clarity in conditions of stress, surprises or challenges. Here's how you can develop this skill. Emotion management. You need to learn to recognize your emotions and practice ways to control them. This can be deep breathing, meditation, or the use of relaxation techniques. Rational thinking. It is important to approach the situation logically and not let emotions take control. This helps to make more rational decisions. Accepting change. Understanding that change is an integral part of life makes it easier to accept unexpected events. Separating yourself from the situation. The practice of observing yourself from the outside can help you see the situation more objectively and react calmly. Training the mind. Regular exercises to develop calmness and mental stability, such as yoga or mindfulness practice. Mindfulness can significantly improve the ability to remain calm. Adaptability. Flexibility in thinking and willingness to change help to maintain calm in various situations. The ability to remain calm only helps to make informed decisions, but also contributes to overall well-being, helping to avoid unnecessary conflicts and stress. This is one of the main qualities that allow a person to maintain his inner fortitude even in the most unpredictable circumstances. The third tip about the practice of mindfulness and the ability to separate yourself from your emotions is of great importance for the development of the power of indifference. Mindfulness is the ability to be in the present moment, to carefully perceive what is happening inside and around us without judgment or reactivity. When we are able to separate ourselves from our emotions and evaluate situations neutrally, it helps us to make more rational decisions and avoid the influence of excessive emotions. How can you develop this skill of mindfulness and separating yourself from emotions? Meditation and mindfulness. Regular practice of meditation or mindfulness helps to improve the ability to control your thoughts and emotions. Observing your thoughts. Learn to observe your thoughts from the outside and not get involved in them. This allows you to see them as passing phenomena and not something that defines your personality. Separating yourself from emotions. Understanding that emotions are not you, but only part of your experience. You have the opportunity to observe them from the outside. not allowing them to control your behavior. Setting boundaries between yourself and your emotions allows you to see them as a manifestation of a certain situation and not as something that defines you. Pause application before reacting to emotions. Create a pause. This will allow you to choose a reaction more consciously, rather than letting emotions control you. Developing awareness and the ability to separate yourself from your emotions is a powerful tool for maintaining internal stability, contributing to making more informed decisions and reducing the impact of emotional fluctuations on your life. The fourth tip about developing the skill of accepting imperfection and seeing the world as it is plays an important role in mastering the power of indifference. The main idea of this advice is to accept the world and yourself with their shortcomings, mistakes, and imperfections. This allows you to get rid of the desire for ideality and the illusion of complete control over the world around you. How to develop the skill of accepting imperfection standards reality, accepting that the world isn't perfect and that life doesn't always go according to plan. This avoids feelings of disappointment or resentment when things don't go the way we expected. Learning experience, mistakes and failures are perceived as lessons, not as defeats. It promotes better understanding and personal growth. Adaptability, flexibility in thinking, and the ability to adapt to changes help to cope better with surprises and various situations. Compassion for yourself and others, understanding that no one is perfect allows you to treat yourself and others more leniently. Awareness of the nature of things, understanding that many things are out of your control, and accepting this fact helps to reduce stress and anxiety. Rejection of perfectionism, understanding that perfection is often unattainable, and focusing on continuous improvement, not on perfection. Accepting the imperfection of the world and oneself allows you to get rid of unnecessary stress and anxiety, which contributes to internal stability and improves psychological well-being. It also opens the way to deeper and more conscious communication with yourself and others. The fifth tip about applying the focus effect practice is a powerful tool in the context of the power of indifference. It consists in the ability to concentrate your attention and energy on what is under control and not waste them on what is beyond your ability to change. Key points of this advice: separation, understanding that important aspects of life need your attention more than those that do not affect them. Separation of influence and non-influence, distinguishing between what can be changed and what is beyond your control. This allows you to concentrate efforts on changing what can really be changed. Exclusion of distractions, separation from situations that distract from the main goals and can only waste energy and time without results. Focus on inner growth, pay more attention to your inner world, your thoughts and emotions, to improve self-understanding and personal development. Awareness of your reactions, observing how you react to different situations and realizing which of them can be changed and which cannot. Saving energy and time, the ability to save your resources by focusing on what is important and has a real impact on your life. The practice of the focus effect helps to avoid confusion, stress from the inability to change something that is beyond your control, and focus on what really matters. This allows you to use your resources and energy more efficiently to achieve your goals and internal growth. The sixth tip about developing the skill of accepting criticism plays an important role in the context of the power of indifference. This ability allows you to adequately relate to various opinions and assessments, choosing which ones are important to you and which ones should be ignored. Here are the key points of this advice: the objective perception, the distinction between constructive and destructive criticism. Constructive criticism can help you grow and improve, while destructive criticism can harm your confidence and self-esteem. Analysis and filtering, the ability to analyze criticism and isolate useful aspects from it, discarding the negative or unreasonable. Understanding motives, sometimes criticism can have ulterior motives. It is important to evaluate not only the words themselves, but also their source and purpose. Self-assessment, do not take criticism personally. if it has no real justification. Self-confidence helps to weed out non-constructive comments. Growth through criticism, constructive comments for personal and professional development, seeing them as an opportunity to improve. The limits of accepting criticism, determining which opinions and criticism matter to you and which should be ignored in order to preserve psychological well-being. The ability to adequately perceive criticism helps not only to develop, but also to maintain internal resilience, not being unduly influenced by external opinions and assessments. This is an important aspect of the power of indifference, which allows you to maintain a balance between growth and self-preservation. The seventh advice about creating boundaries helps to preserve emotional and psychological well-being, allowing you to protect yourself from external factors and maintain your internal stability. Here are some key aspects of this advice defining personal boundaries, thinking about what is acceptable to you and what is not, and setting boundaries in accordance with your values and beliefs. Self-respect. Creating boundaries helps to maintain respect for yourself and your needs, preventing situations that can negatively affect your well-being. Setting limits in relationships. The ability to say no and set limits in relationships with others helps to avoid unnecessary stress or manipulation. Self-defense. Borders serve as a protection against unwanted influences and unpleasant situations, helping to preserve your mental health. Self-recognition. The ability to express your needs and preferences helps others to understand you better, strengthens your self-esteem and self-confidence. Respect for borders. It is important not only to establish borders, but also to monitor their observance. This requires consistency and confidence in your decisions. Flexibility in setting boundaries. Sometimes situations change, and boundaries can also change depending on circumstances. Flexibility in setting them helps to maintain balance. Creating boundaries is a healthy practice that allows you to protect your mental and emotional integrity, preserve your personal space, and take care of your well-being. This is an important aspect of self-management, which helps to maintain emotional balance and harmony in relationships with the outside world. The eighth tip about developing the skill of forgiveness plays an important role in the context of the power of indifference. The ability to forgive helps to get rid of resentment, anger, and negative emotions, which contributes to inner peace and psychological well-being. Here are the key aspects of this advice. Understanding the essence of forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or justifying the actions of others. It is rather a release from resentment and the rejection of the desire for revenge. Awareness of negative emotions. Thinking about how negative emotions affect your well-being and life in general. Understanding the value of forgiveness. Forgiveness makes it possible to get rid of the burden of past grievances and move on without getting bogged down in negative feelings. Self-forgiveness. It is important not only to forgive others, but also yourself for your own mistakes and failures. This helps to avoid self-criticism and leads to a better understanding of yourself. Emotional purity. Forgiveness allows you to clear your emotional state, reduce stress and anxiety. Reorientation of the gaze. Focus on the lessons you learned from the situation, not on the offense or negativity itself. The complexity of the forgiveness process. Understanding that forgiveness can be a complex process and takes time, but it is a valuable and liberating experience. Openness to new relationships. Forgiveness helps to avoid the negative impact of past grievances on future relationships and opens the door to new connections and opportunities. Forgiveness is an act of liberation that allows you to live on without getting bogged down in the past and to maintain inner peace in a variety of life situations. This allows you to get rid of the severity of negative emotions and direct your energy to personal growth and development. The ninth principle, based on Stoic philosophy, is the approach to events as an observer. Stoics teach us to see events as observers, not as active participants, in order to maintain calm and clarity of mind even in difficult situations. This principle is based on the idea of detachment, the ability to observe events from the point of view of a neutral observer without being attached to emotions or bias. How it works. Objective observation Instead of reacting emotionally to each situation, try to view it from the perspective of an objective observer. This allows you to separate emotions from facts and see the situation more clearly. Removing emotional detachment allows us to look at events with indifference or neutrality. This does not mean a lack of empathy, but it allows us to avoid the influence of strong emotions on our reactions. The big picture observing as an observer helps to see the bigger picture. You begin to view events in the context of their overall meaning, which contributes to a deeper understanding. Peace of mind detachment allows you to remain calm in many situations, preventing sudden emotional reactions and helping to make more deliberate decisions. This Stoic principle helps to maintain emotional stability, PROMOTE's wise decision-making, and reduces the degree of involvement in many situations, which can be especially useful in stressful or emotionally saturated circumstances. The 10th principle of Stoic philosophy, which I want to talk about in more detail, is the rejection of control over external events. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control: our thinking, reactions, and actions, instead of worrying about what lies beyond our control. Key aspects of this principle division into influence and non-influence. Stoics claim that some things are in our power and some are not. For example, we cannot control other people's actions or some external circumstances, but we can choose how to react to them. Focus on internal control instead of worrying about external factors that we cannot influence. It is worth focusing on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. This allows you to manage your attitude to situations. Acceptance of the inevitability of change. Stoics recognize that life is subject to change and accept this fact as an integral part of existence. This allows you to take surprises and changes more calmly. The philosophy of choosing a reaction. We cannot control events, but we can control our reactions to them. Stoics call for choosing a wise reaction in any situation, even if the situation itself is beyond our control. Maintaining inner peace. This principle helps to maintain internal stability and calmness in conditions when external circumstances are beyond control. This Stoic principle is designed to free us from worrying about what is beyond our control and focus on what we can control: our thinking, actions, and reactions. This helps to maintain internal stability and respond more wisely to a changing world. Thank you for spending this time with us, studying the great power of indifference. We hope that these 10 Stoic tips have inspired you on the path of inner stability and wisdom. If you liked the video and would like to learn more about Stoicism and other aspects of philosophy, do not forget to subscribe to our Stoic Sparks channel to keep up to date with new videos. We always appreciate your feedback, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below this video. Your feedback is very important to us. Ideas for future videos are always welcome, so feel free to share what you would like to learn more about in future releases. Thanks for watching, and see you soon on the Stoic Sparks channel.